fun house, lights are spinning bright. Crazy, wacky game show, every inbox inside. Welcome to John's fun house. Go on, take your chance. Who's the goat of email marketing? Who's the goat of email marketing?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to John's Funhouse. This is the only game show on the internet stupid enough to put marketing's biggest names through some absolute carnage, all to find out one thing: who is really the GOAT of email marketing? So if you're new here, this is exactly how it works. 7 challenges and plenty of points to play for. Someone is going to take home the amazingly awful 90s trophy that we have to say that they are a GOAT of season 1. Every single week, we're going to put our contestants through the same series of questions, high pressure rounds, and at the end of the series, it will be the leaderboard that decides who is going to take home the crown. So the idea of this show is to blow away the whole smoke and mirrors nonsense behind email marketing and marketing in general. It doesn't have to be boring. It can be fun. It can be silly, and you can still learn something along the way. My name is John McKee. I'm your host. I'm the founder of Go Email Marketing, and this is my fun house. This is my house. This is my rules. This series, by the way, is sponsored by Active Campaign, the email platform that's trusted by over 180,000 businesses worldwide. So if you are serious about email marketing, then they are the ones to check out. The link is in the description below. Let's meet today's contestant. Moves to Malaysia with nothing, interns to make a startup and do coffee runs within 3 years, was the creative director of the whole company. Then decides to go freelance, triples her income within 3 years, and builds a community over 500,000 copywriters and marketers and business owners and entrepreneurs, anything you can name that falls into that bucket. She's been crowned Digital Marketers 2022 Marketer of the Year, voted #1 most popular copywriter in 2023, and won the Game Changer Award 2024. Runs the biggest copywriting YouTube channel on the planet with over 400,000 subscribers, on a mission to de-douchify the internet. Please welcome to the Funhouse, Alex Cattoni.
Yes! I am so happy. I can genuinely say I think this is the first time anyone has ever said to me, welcome to my fun house. It's a little like murdery and I kind of like it.
Yeah, you're a murder mystery fan, right? Like
I'm a big fan. Exactly. I'm like, will I escape John's fun house? We shall see.
Okay, cool. Alex, you know how this works. We're going to do 7 rounds of different challenges, points and some pride on the line. And as the old saying goes, the stats don't lie. So if you are the best, we will truly see.
No pressure.
Now, you may be wondering why there is an orange bucket behind me. Is going to be for our finale at the end, which is going to be GOAT or Gunge. It will be on Alex's shoulders to decide whether I will get gunged or if she can save me. Challenge number 1 is the yes/no game. Very simple. I am going to ask you rapid fire questions around email marketing, business, life, whatever comes into my head as I am reading it out to you. You can only answer with a single word, but it cannot be yes or no. You will start with 5 points. If you are able to sustain the whole 60 seconds and not get an incorrect answer, you will hold on to those 5 points. For every one you get wrong, you will lose a point. I will get the timer on. I'll give you a countdown. 3, 2, 1. Do you think email marketing is the best channel for sales?
Obviously.
Have you ever written copy that you were embarrassed by?
Duh.
Is AI going to replace copywriters?
Negatory.
Did you really decide not to go to law school?
Si, senor.
Do you regret it?
Never.
Really?
Totally.
Have you ever sent an email to your list where none of the links worked?
Negative.
Should every email have a call to action?
Mm.
I'm going to have to debunk the point. That was too long. That was too long. Let's keep going. Is YouTube harder than email marketing?
Definitely not.
Do you use emojis in your subject line?
Mm-hmm.
Are you better at writing copy than you are at cooking?
100%.
Is that your final answer?
100%.
Congratulations. You made it through the 60 seconds. And I only got 1 error. So I score that with 4 points there.
I'm sweating.
Round number 2 is time for GOAT or Go Home. So this is where we talk email marketing tactics. I'm going to throw some email marketing tactics at you, and you are going to tell me if they need to go home into the bin or if they are absolutely goated and should always be used. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, question number 1. Writing emails like a friend when you've never met the person in real life.
Goated all the way. I think creating assumed rapport is a really great way to build trust.
Yeah, I love that. I love that as well. Using RE in the subject line to fake a reply as if they've actually already been in a conversation with you.
I'm going to say go home only because I know they're really starting to crack down on those types of tactics when it comes to deliverability and spam filters.
Yeah, yeah. And when you do it so many times, like, become a bit of a dick, right? That's a bit...
Exactly.
Using countdown timers in launch only emails.
I think goated. I mean, as long as they work properly, because I've had it before where they don't, but if it's true scarcity, yes.
Yeah, agreed. Using AI to write your email copy.
Go home. So over it. Everybody's doing it. Why don't you just jump into the swimming pool full of pee? Like, go for it.
Why is swimming pool full of pee?
Because I think using AI to write your emails is like peeing in the pool.
Yeah.
I
Pee,
think
I
it's like
thought they were like pea soup.
no, like piss, as you might say.
Okay. Okay. I understood.
Understood.
Sending emails at 3 a.m. so you're top of the inbox when they open and wake up.
Say, look at your own metrics. If that's when you're getting high opens and clicks, go for it. But that's not my high send engagement time. So I would say go home for me.
Yeah, cool. Follow the data, right? Like, if people are waking up randomly at 3 a.m. to read your emails, good for them.
Yeah.
Buy in an email list.
Go home.
Yes.
I think in the days of trust being number one, great if you buy an email list, but I think it's a really fast way to lose trust unless you're actually buying the business that goes along with that email list and you're continuing, the business operations that they originally signed up for.
Yeah, that makes sense. Using urgency when there is no deadline.
So I would say goated only if the urgency is true urgency and you're using the urgency of why it will benefit them quicker if they take action now versus later, as opposed to what I would call scarcity, which is more of, hey, you're losing time. This is limited if it in fact isn't. I think there's ways to use true urgency that's still in integrity in an evergreen fashion.
Yes, agreed. Yeah, so it's the fake scarcity, right? It's the we
Yeah.
only have 5 spots left when there's
Exactly.
10. We all know
Yeah,
it.
exactly. But if you know that what you have can genuinely help someone sooner versus later, if they take action sooner versus later, and you're able to authentically use that urgency, absolutely.
Agreed. So for this round, there's actually no points of right and wrong. It's based on the judge's call here. So I can only award you a maximum of 5 points, and I'm going to give you 5 points because solid answer.
Woo!
And I think there was some good bits in there because I think you're right with the urgency angle. Like, I think people get that misconstrued. They just kind of bucket it all together in like urgency, scarcity, and they're not the same. This is the really big part of these shows, is to predict the future. You are a world-renowned expert. I don't want to blow any more smoke up what I'm doing already.
Keep blowing it. Keep blowing it.
This is exactly why people are going to be tuning in to watch, because they want to know from you, from an expert in the field, like, what is happening right now? What do they need to be aware of in their business, particularly around email marketing? And then really, where do you see this going? So like, what do you feel is happening now? Like, especially from where we've come from and how AI arguably has sped this up. However,
Yeah.
you think it's like 2 years and it's just ramped right through. Like, what do you think now is working in email marketing, particularly like for your business?
Absolutely. Well, going back to what we said earlier, I 100% believe email marketing is still the number one best platform for reaching engaged leads and for making sales. But absolutely, things are changing. In fact, one of the best use cases for AI in how it relates to email marketing is I actually wanted to answer this question with as much specificity as possible. So I had my team pull a year's worth of data from our email marketing account and run it through a Claude skill that we built to analyze the data and tell us what trends are we seeing, what's working right now, what assumptions did we used to have that I'm like, oh, wow, that's interesting. And I have a few like fun sort of trends that I'm noticing working really well right now when it comes to email marketing. The first is segmenting your list. Now, people segment all the time based on maybe programs they've purchased or maybe based on demographics. But what we've been doing more recently is segmenting based on intent. So what we do with every single launch is we create what we call interest segments, which includes anyone on our list who is engaged with content that is highly related to the topic of the launch that we are doing. So for example, if we're doing a launch with my email marketing program, we will look at all of the emails or related content that we've shared about email marketing, and anyone who's engaged with that content will create an interest segment. And what that has allowed us to do is to just hit our interest segments a lot more frequently during a launch without it actually impacting opens, clicks, or unsubscribes at all, where everyone who's not in the interest segment, we still promote to, but we do it in just a little bit more of a chill way, as opposed to treating our entire list as an interest segment and sending multiple emails a day over the course of a week, let's say, for a launch. And that's really helped protect our unsubscribes while also massively boosting engagement, which everyone knows engagement massively helps with deliverability. And so that's been a huge game changer for us. The second thing that we do, and it's sort of a second part of this segmenting conversation, is around personalizing subject lines. So first name still works. I think people like us who do email marketing, we're like, oh God, everybody knows that's just a merge field. And we do. Yet we are looking at the data, and our top performing emails by opening clicks have first name in the subject line. And we continue using it, and still it's working. So for people who think, oh, it's so obvious, I'm not going to use it, I recommend doing it because I think it does stand out. People are attracted to their own name, and it helps. Another way we're personalizing subject lines is when people are in an interest segment, we actually preface the subject line with a keyword in square brackets. So as an example, let's say it's for a workshop that we're hosting coming up. We'll actually put workshop in square brackets to anyone who expressed interest in that topic of the workshop. And again, we see that and we think, oh, that's too much of a giveaway. That's too much of a preview of what's happening. But what we've seen is if you are doing interest segmenting properly, putting square brackets to preface a subject line has really helped us with opening click through, because it, again, just gives your readers a bit of a insight into, oh, this actually is for me. This isn't just a general email that's going out to everyone.
And I guess like there's platforms, right? Like within how so many pieces of software now have AI integrated, a lot of things that people seem to miss is that they get AI generated summaries from emails if they haven't had those settings changed, which means from a subject line like that, they could already be seeing a summary that Alex Tony's running a workshop on X, Y, and Z. But if you didn't include that in there, it wouldn't even pick that up there.
Yeah, true. And we don't use it with all of our emails, but we have found, especially if someone has opted in for something and it's a sub list or a sub list of an interest list, that really helps tell people, hey, this isn't one of my regular marketing emails. This is the thing that you actually told me you want to learn more about. And so, while I definitely think, and I'll talk more about this in a second, there's a time and a place for, very curiosity piquing open loop subject lines. Being clear is also extremely helpful in certain circumstances or in certain situations. The other thing that we're really focusing on, and I think this is helping us with overall deliverability, is engagement. So asking people to reply to our emails and genuinely getting a response back when people reply to our emails. I don't have an AI agent responding to them. I actually have a human on the other side, but really training our list to make it a two-way conversation versus just a one-way conversation. And I think that overall just helps massively in terms of deliverability. Because I used to be the person who was all about, removing spam words from emails and running your emails through these different tools that tell you what's could be spammy language and what couldn't. And I think pre-AI, that distilling or diluting of your emails to make them more spam friendly was extremely helpful. And sometimes we would remove certain language or all caps, for example, and that would allow an email to land in the inbox. Now I'm seeing those changes make far less of a difference, and it's really more sophisticated in terms of the spam filters. They're not just looking at did you use all caps or did you put some funky formatting in your email? They're so advanced now, which again is part and parcel to AI and the tools that ESPs are using. But the good news about that is now that they are so much savvier, I'm going like hog wild with all caps in my emails now. Like anyone who knows me knows I am the queen of like, I'm loud, I use exclamation marks, I love emojis, like I put brackets and sidebars and tangents, and I break the third wall as if I'm like talking. Like I love being creative in my emails. And before I couldn't do that as much because it was all considered like anomaly type of text and would often get flagged by spam filters. Now I'm going full in on all the things I used to love to do with email marketing because of all of the good signals that we're sending to ESPs through engagement.
Yeah.
What else is working? And this is probably not surprising to anyone, but story-based emails and even long story-based emails. I know people love to say long emails don't work anymore. Nobody has an attention span. Bullshit. If what you are writing is interesting and like, appealing and adds character and builds trust, we love sending long story-based emails. Storytelling is a huge part of what we're doing, and not just like, come gather children, let me tell you a story about a man. Like not that kind of storytelling, but personal storytelling. Like we send an email out to our list every single month that is purely a personal newsletter, so to speak, where it's not directly promoting anything. It's not a sales email or a content email. It's really a, hey, here's an update from Alex email. Here's what's happening in my life right now. Here's what's happening in the Posseverse, as I call it, where I will give updates about my courses and memberships and things like that. But it's really this idea of letting people peek behind the curtain and see what's happening in the business behind the business. And I think that is so important right now for building trust. There's this concept called selling the sawdust. And really it's this idea of don't always just present the finished product to your audience. Let them see the nitty gritty of the process of what it is that you're doing to build something.
Yeah, and you see this all the time, like particularly with social media platforms, TikTok, etc. People are building in public, like they are showing the whole thing and saying like, you've only got to look at the series that are on Netflix when they're showing the behind the scenes of like the wrestling franchise, like, and that was never shown. Same thing, like people now are revealing it all because they know that there's this kind of like arguably a trust breakdown that's happened in so many industries.
Exactly.
That they're now going like, yeah, it's me. It's just an old person. Here's what we're kind of doing.
And, my husband's a hat maker and I am so jealous because he creates these physical products. And recently he made a shift from posting this beautiful finished product of this hat to now, short form video content of him making the hats. And, when you think of a physical product, it makes so much sense. The perceived value goes through the roof because if you're looking at just a finished hat, people are going, well, what's the price of that? And they're comparing it to every bullshit hat you see on a tourist stand that costs you $10 or whatever versus his hats which are priced over $1,000. And if someone just makes that quick comparison, they're like, I don't see the value there. But as soon as he posts a video where he's literally showing like the multiple steps and days and sweat that has to go into making a single hat from scratch with these quality materials, all of a sudden the perceived value goes through the roof. And so I think of that and I apply it to my own business or anyone listening to this who is in this digital space. It's hard to visualize how you might sell the sawdust or sell the process of what it is you do. But I realized in my world, it's just telling people what I'm up to. So if I'm working on a program or an event that's launching in 3 months, rather than wait until the month or the week before the launch to prime, I'm planting seeds and selling the sawdust now, saying I'm working on something, maybe even showing a screenshot of myself working on it, because that again overcomes the objection of why are you charging this much for it? Obviously, you just plugged it into Claude and you got it in 4 seconds. Well, actually, no, that's not what happened. Here's me building this curriculum or doing this work behind the scenes. And so as much as you can give people a preview into your world, and you see this even in e-com brands, I think a lot of times people look at what other people are doing in the industry and saying, well, you never hear really like founder stories with e-com brands, or you never really hear from the creator. It's always just like promotional types of emails. And I'm like, sure, there's a lot of brands doing that, but there's also a lot of brands now that are turning to the founder story and the the values behind what drove them to create this brand. And I think all of that is so powerful in email marketing, even if you're selling a commodity or a product that isn't personality forward or a personality based brand. I still think there's a lot of opportunity to pull back the curtain a little bit.
Is that where you think things are going? Like, is that where you feel like this next, 12 to 18 months potentially is what we're going to see?
Absolutely. I think now everyone has a collective eyebrow raised. They're looking at everything and assuming that it wasn't human made. And that's the scariest reality that we're in now. 5 years ago, you never questioned whether an email that you received in your inbox was human made or human written. I think now people are really going to start looking for proof of life. And I never thought I would say that the future of marketing strategy is proof of life, proof of humanity. How can you show your audience that you are still there behind the scenes? And I'm not saying don't rely on AI for certain things. It's not a this or that, black or white conversation. I think it's a useful tool, and I've already shared different ways that we use it. But I've taken a really, really clear stance in my business that the 3 things I will never use AI for are content, communication with my audience, and customer service, unless it is very clearly stated, hey, we can't get back to you immediately if you want to use our AI chat agent or FAQ bot to get quick answers. That's there for you, but just being fully transparent about it, because I think people are just looking for reasons to not trust you. And there's been studies that show this. Before anyone makes a purchasing decision, they are putting every single brand through a filtering process that is almost completely subconscious. They're looking for reasons to count someone out before they even consider saying yes to you. And so we used to think about marketing as I'm in everybody's consideration set, and my only job is to go from a maybe to a yes. No. Now what's happening is everybody's in the no category first, and that makes it so much easier for people to filter out and make decisions. But if everyone's in the no category, you're not trying to get someone from a maybe to a yes. You're trying to get someone from a no, I have no idea who you are, to a maybe to a yes. And I think the way you do that is to sprinkle little seeds of life to show that, hey, I am a real person behind here. And so any way that you can do that, whether it's going live, whether it's showing, real-time engagement or interaction, imperfections, typos. I've even seen now there's an AI tool that will leave typos in copy to make it seem more human. And you're just like, oh my God, now AI is trying to catch up to humans by being imperfect. And so we have to just constantly stay one step ahead.
Yeah. I feel from what I've seen, especially in the industry, like I've already started to see that coming back around, where people are coming. We went through this wave of like everyone bringing in AI to like write everything and do everything. Then they realize that there's just something just doesn't feel right. And then they end up coming back around to copywriters, to whoever it is, to people in those industries, goes, we need the human touch in this now.
That's happening.
Something circle.
That's happening. And it happens anytime there's a new thing on the scene, right? Like think of any social media platform, any app, any strategy. It's like it lands, people go freaking nuts. They start marketing it as like the magic button to like overnight millions and success, and everybody freaks the fuck out. And then the pendulum swings back. And just like anything, the answer is usually somewhere in the middle. It's not an all or nothing situation, but it's like, let's not throw the baby out with the bathwater. There's been reports of this, online, of freelancers saying that old clients are now coming back saying, oops, maybe we were a bit premature in letting you go. We see this happening on our job board at the Copy Posse, where things slowed down for a while. And now it's like right back to where it was, where people's number one reason now for wanting to hire a copywriter is they're so sick of ChatGPT speak. And being like, I'm sitting here like, yeah, I told you. Like, I told you guys. But, people need to figure this shit out for themselves. And I think, going back to what you asked me in the first segment of, is AI going to replace copywriters? Like, sure, it'll replace some, but not the types of, copywriters that I train, not people like you, not other people in the space who genuinely love their craft and will take the time to learn it and be a creative strategist and thought partner with their clients.
Yeah. I love that. So much wisdom. So much knowledge. Thank you so much for that set. That was phenomenal. We could talk on that for days as well. Like, oh my God.
For sure.
So
For
much. Right now is you have 30 seconds to go and find the biggest spoon in your house.
Starting now?
Like right now.
Hey, I'm sad to say it's not that big, but here it is.
I'm sad to say that wasn't an actual game. I just wanted to see if you can get a spoon.
I was like, he did not warn me about this segment. If I hold it like this, it looks way bigger. It's as big as my head.
I don't know. When
But
you put
yeah.
it closer, it looks like a little like baby spoon. You're better to hold it back. Yeah,
I
there
have
you
a big mouth.
go. Okay. Next challenge is time to guess the open rates. Very simple, higher or lower, but email marketing style. I'm going to show you a series of subject lines from real campaigns proven over the last 12 months. Each one has a genuine open rate. All you have to do is tell me if the next one is higher or lower than what you've seen. You will score a point for everyone you get correct. If you manage to get all of them consecutively in a row, you will also get a bonus 5 points. So it's a pretty big deal for you here, Alex.
Okay.
Okay. Now, I will hold these up. They're going to be quite difficult to see. So the first subject line is, and without context here, because we don't know the list size, etc., etc., we're going to have to go with it. And bonus point, by the way, if you can tell me, if you've come across one that's higher, if you can tell me why you think that would be higher, whether that's because it piqued curiosity or stating a fact, that kind of thing, even better. First subject line is new home, new name, same girl. This scored 37.3% open rate. Okay, so relatively average, 37.3. This one is let's address the elephant in the room. Did this score higher or lower than 37?
Lower.
Lower. Scored 54.4.
Shit! Damn it! Okay.
I thought that was because it's like, it's address the elephant in the room. It's like going to show like a bit of confrontation or argument.
See,
That's
and
why
and I would have thought that, but I'm like, I've used that subject line so many times, it doesn't feel new. Whereas same new home, new name, it's made me think like, okay, there's trust built there. They're talking to an audience that like new name. What does this mean? But man, I suck at this. Okay.
So next one. So you have to get higher or lower, than 54.9 is the next one.
Okay. I think I'm just going to say lower.
Mini rant incoming with an angry emoji. That's the best I could draw emoji.
Well,
So
I'm
is
gonna
it
say
higher or lower?
higher. I want to say
Higher or
higher
lower than
only because
54?
I love it. Yes.
57.89. So that is a point on the board. It's quite a high one, 57.
Yeah. Very high.
Okay. This is my personal favorite. It's not the size that matters. Is that
Classic email marketing subject line. I'd say
higher than-
lower.
Yeah, it is 56.96.
Jesus, these are great open rates though. That first one now seems terrible.
Okay, so that's 2 points, 56.9. I was bloody lonely for so long.
Lower.
Lower than 59 is 61% open rate.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
So far 2. I'm being a nosy girl. Is that higher or lower than 61?
Lower.
62.9. And just so you know, I wrote every single one of those subject
I could
lines.
tell as soon as you said bloody, I was like, that's a John subject line. That's dang. Okay. Well, you should be teaching me
2
subject
points.
lines. So good.
Yeah.
Those are all
amazing.
really good. 2. Just a sad old 2.
So, on to the section that is going to melt your brain the most. This is very simple. You have to answer 10 questions. The slight caveat to that is each question you have to answer the one before. 10 questions, 10 points. When you're answering question 2, you're technically answering question 1. Let's see what happens. Yeah?
Okay.
Okay. Question 1, what is your name? Question 2, describe your mission in 1 word.
Alex.
How many emails do you send a week?
Do you do Shafai?
What's your favorite drink?
3.
What's the host's name?
Aperol Spritz.
Who's the best email marketer in the world?
See what you're doing here, John.
Year did you start your business?
Alex Cattoni. Duh.
What's the worst subject line or scammy tactic you've ever seen?
2011.
How many subscribers do you have?
Fake scarcity.
What's 7 times 8?
60,000.
Congratulations, you actually got a full house. You got them all right on that one. Absolutely every single one. Bang on. You even threw me out. At one of them, you said your name, and I was like, what? And I realized it was the one before.
I'm like, did I do that right? Because you're like, wait, I'm the best copywriter in the world.
I was like, I'm so confused right now.
Your brain melted.
Yeah, congratulations. You did very, very well. You actually got 10 points, maximum points you could have got there.
I'm so glad I didn't have to answer was 7 times 8.
I was worried.
like,
I didn't know what that is.
What is that?
This is how well do you know yourself? We've done plenty of research. We have loads of facts about you, slightly too many. And we are going to quiz you with 5 questions. And you should hopefully be able to tell us what the actual facts are, if it's true or false, or what the answer is. So we'll see actually how well you know yourself and whatever you've said at some point on the internet.
Jesus. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Are you ready to find out how well you know yourself, Alex?
I'm
Cattoni?
ready. Let's go.
Okay. According to your YouTube channel, as of today, how many subscribers do you have?
418,000.
Correct.
I'm surprised I got that one because I've been offline for like a month and I'm like, well, I'm going to go a little higher than last time I checked. So got lucky.
Yeah. In a recent interview that went live on media marketing website ahead of your arrival to an event in Croatia, you were asked this question. What does working inside a company that sells personal transformation teach you about persuasion that most commercial copywriting environments cannot? Now, I'm going to give you 3 choices here. A, your job is to move someone from attention to action by highlighting a problem or solution. Is it B, your job is to move them from action to retain attention? Or C, your job is to keep hold of attention until they're ready to buy from you?
So I know I said A, but that was about what commercial copywriting is. So I'm going to go with C.
It was A. I'm going to give you a rare half point.
Okay. I'll take a half a point.
Inside your program, which is Own the Inbox course, you have something called the Posse email playbook.
Mhm.
How many email frameworks are within that playbook?
Including the bonus ones?
If you can give
There's 12 core ones.
12, correct. That is the correct
Okay.
answer. And how many videos, as of right now, have you uploaded to YouTube?
337.
831.
Okay, I wasn't counting my shorts. Some long form. Damn it. Okay.
Final question. You went from Malaysia to an intern at Mind Valley, is that correct?
I went to Malaysia to intern at Mind Valley. Yeah.
Yeah. How much were you earning per year when you went freelance versus what you earned 3 years later?
First year freelance, I want to say I made $46,000
Okay. And
in 2012.
yeah, and what you then earned 3 years later?
300,000.
That is correct.
Yes. I knew the exact reel you were looking at for that. I could picture it in my mind.
So strangely, you scored 4.5.
Wait, did I get 4.5? I didn't get the YouTube one right.
Oh.
Which I think I should get a bonus point for being in integrity and saying that you added wrong.
But if you remember at the start, Alex, we said it's John's house, John's rules. So no.
Okay, I'll take my 3.5.
Point.
I know myself better than average.
I'm willing to take the half point away. That is fine. So you have passed so many challenges with flying colours. I must add, apart from the subject lines, we'll just forget about that. But now it is time to come to the grand finale, which is the Gunge or Goat. So you are safe, obviously. So based on how you perform in this challenge, we'll decide whether I get saved or gunged. I'm going to ask you 5 questions. If you get all 5 correct, I will be gunged. If you get 1 wrong, I am safe and away from the gunge.
Okay.
Is that clear?
Yes,
Get
and
them
based
all
on my
right.
track record, I think you're going to be good, but let's go for it.
Okay. Question number 1. What does CTA stand for?
Call to action.
Question number 2. What's the name of the metric to measure how people open your emails?
Open rate.
Correct.
Okay. I was like, is this a trick question?
Not yet. What does it mean if someone was to say A/B testing in email marketing?
Split testing some
Yeah.
part of the email.
Okay, so to test it to different audiences or to the same and see who reacts to it.
Yeah.
Okay. Name the platform where you have the most followers.
YouTube.
Correct. So, final question. And this is what it all comes down to. You get this correct, and I am covered in that bucket right there. You get it wrong, and I'm safe. Now, there's no
Okay.
quizzes here, Alex. Like, whether we're friends or not, you have to do what is right and what you think.
Okay.
In what year was Active Campaign created? Now, was it A, March 1st, 2003, B, March 1st, 2004, or March 1st, 2000 and...
Gosh. I'm going to say 2003, March 1st, 2003.
Oh my God.
Did I get it right?
Oh, I'm going to get gunged off, for God's sake.
That's the year I graduated from high school. Feels good, you know? I'm going to go with it.
Brilliant. Okay. It's time to get gunged, I guess.
I feel so bad. Put your little hood up.
Okay, should we count down like 3,
Yeah.
3?
2, 1, guns! Oh my God. Is radioactive.
Really, really
Get
cold.
every last drop out of there.
Yeah.
I'm
Alex,
so sorry, John.
this has been amazing and lovely to see you again.
So lovely to see. I don't think I've laughed this loud on an interview before or laughed this much. And I also don't think I've cursed this much on an interview before. So thank you.
You're most welcome. If you had a message to anyone that wants to subscribe or watch this, what would you say?
I mean, any guy who's going to gunge himself on his YouTube channel is worth a subscribe. But also, John, those subject lines, I feel like I need to subscribe to your channel because apparently I am shitting the bed at a 40% open rate and need to get upwards of 62%. So hit subscribe below and don't miss the next one.
You heard it here, folks. That was John's Gunge House. John's Gunge House? God, John's Fun House. Oh my God, it's on the brain.
This was so fun. Good luck.
Thank you so much. This has been John's Fun House. Alex, thank you. And I will see you all in episode 2.